morning, Kennedy Dragons. We are glad that you're here. Today is Tuesday, September 21st. It is the 34th day of school. I'm Mr. Butcher, and it's my job to keep you safe so that you guys can show us how excellent you can be. We hope that you left your average in the car or at home, and you're ready to be respectful and responsible during our day. Speaking of responsibility, one of our responsibilities is to be ready to show respect for the rights that we have in this country and at the school. We do this by daily saying the pledge to the flag, our school pledge, and also doing our moment of silence. When we do our pledge, we want to stand up tall, put our hands over our hearts like this. We want to say pledge loudly, clearly, and with pride. Leading us in the pledge today is Miss Roberry and Miss Peterson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the Kennedy School Pledge.
I pledge myself as a Kennedy Dragon to be ready for the day ahead of me. I will be respectful of myself, my teachers, and all others I meet throughout the day. I promise to be responsible for myself, my actions, and my learning. I will work my hardest to be the best dragon I can be.
Please take a moment to reflect silently on our day, our activities, and what we hope to accomplish. Another responsibility that we have is to try to help keep each other safe. We can do this by slowing down the spread of germs. One way we can slow down the spread of germs is by washing our hands. We want to wash our hands using soap and water. If we can't get to soap and water, an alcohol-based hand sanitizer will work, but it's always better to have soap and water. We want to wash all parts of our hands, the palms, the backs, in between our fingers, the fingertips. We want to do it for at least 20 seconds. So let's model what that looks like right now. Get yourself some hand sanitizer or soap and water. Let's get the palms of our hands. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now get the back of one hand. 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm getting the palm of my hand. 5. Get the back of the other hand. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now get in between your fingers. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now your fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is strong. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now get your thumb. 2, 3, 4, 5. Your other thumb. 2, 3, 4, 5. Your wrist. 2, 3, 4, 5. And your other wrist. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now your hands are nice and clean and ready for the day. All right, now that we have washed our hands, we've said our pledges, we've done our moment of silence, it's time to be ready to show respect for those that have birthdays today. Happy birthday to Jacqueline Centeno Romero, is 11 years old today, and Rufino Gallegos is 5. We'll make sure that you guys get your birthday. Another responsibility that we have every morning is to make our lunch choice. Choice for lunch today: barbecue sandwich, pork sandwich, creamy coleslaw, great adjective, savory baked beans, another great adjective, baked Lay's chips, sliced peaches, and smart cookie. We do not have yogurt and muffins, so if you don't want the barbecue sandwich, you're going to have to get PB&J as your second choice. All right, we've talked about one of our goals this year is to increase our vocabulary. When I've been looking on Mayan, the one type of question that we really struggle with is vocabulary. So we need to know more words. So let's expose ourselves to different words. We do this through pictures. Here's our picture for the week. You saw it yesterday. As you look at it today, we're going to be looking and talking about nouns. Nouns are persons, places, things that you can see, touch, or feel. There's lots of pictures in here. I see a camera, I see a man, I see a woman, I see a rope, I see a guitar, I see a microphone. There's lots of things on here. What do you see? Talk about those words that you see. I'm sure there's more than what I saw. All right, our morning message today is on virtue, goodness, and wisdom. Thomas Paine, a great American patriot, once said, "We should remember that virtue is not hereditary." Virtue means goodness, right? And if something is hereditary, it has been passed on by our parents, like your red hair, your blue eyes, or your long legs. Mr. Payne is saying that he doesn't believe that we inherit virtue from our parents, but that we learn to be good. Well, how does that happen? We learn by listening to those who try to teach us to be good, like our parents, caregivers, our teachers, and your principal. Today, keep your ears open. Notice when someone tries to teach you right from wrong. Then remember Thomas Paine and choose to listen. With something to think about on Mr. Butcher, make today your masterpiece or not. Remember, the choice is yours. And that is so true. People like your teachers, your parents, those are the people that are trying to teach you right from wrong. Not always your friends or TikTok or YouTube. Those aren't what's teaching you what's right from wrong. Sometimes those are teaching you things, yeah, they might be entertaining, but they're not the right thing to do. We try to teach you what's right from wrong each and every day. So pay attention. Listen to us, not so much the TikToks. All right, we're still under our temporary mask mandates. So that means we need to be all wearing our masks the right way. Put it on over your nose and your mouth. Make sure you're not touching the outside of it. You guys have a great day. I love you. That is all we have for announcements. So please help me.
Me and your teachers keep you safe. That is our job.
And your job is to help us keep you safe.
And you can help us by being a ready, respectful, and responsible student who is focused on graduating in the year.
Because when you are a ready, respectful, and responsible student focused on graduation, you are fully committed to student success. I love you very much. Have a
Henry had no brothers, no sisters. I want a brother, he told his parents. Sorry, they said. Henry had no friends on the street. I want to live on a different street, he told his parents. Sorry, they said. Henry had no pets at home. I want to have a dog, he told his parents. Sorry, they almost said. But first they looked at their house with no brothers and sisters. Then they looked at the street with no children. They looked at Henry's face. Then they looked at each other. Okay, they said. I want to hug you, Henry told his parents, and he did. Henry searched for a dog, not just any dog, said Henry. Not a short one, not a short one, he said. Not a curly one, he said. And no pointy ears. Then he found Mudge. Mudge had floppy ears, not pointed, and Mudge had straight fur, no curly. But Mudge was George because he's a puppy. Henry said, he'll grow. And did he ever? He grew out of his puppy cage. He grew out of his dog cage. He grew out of 7 collars in a row. And when he finally stopped growing, he weighed 180 pounds. He stood 3 feet tall and he drooled. I'm glad you're not short, Henry said. And Mudge licked him, then sat on him. Henry used to walk to school alone. When he walked, he used to worry about tornadoes, ghosts, biting dogs, and bullies. He walked fast as he could. He looked straight ahead. He never looked back. But now he walked to school with Mudge. And now when he walked, he thought about vanilla ice cream, rain, rocks, and good dreams. He walked to school, but not too fast. He walked to school and sometimes backwards. He walked to school and patted Mudge's big head, happy. Mudge loved Henry's room. He loved the dirty socks. He loved the stuffed bear. He loved the fish tank, but mostly he loved Henry's bed. Because in Henry's bed was Henry. Mudge loved to climb in with Henry. And then he loved to smell him. He smelled his lemon hair. He smelled his milky mouth. He smelled his soapy ears. He smelled his chocolate fingers. Then he put his head by Henry's head. He looked at the fish tank. He looked at the bear. He looked at Henry. He licked him and fell asleep. One day Mudge took a walk without Henry. The sun was shining. The birds were flying. The grass smelled sweet. Mudge couldn't wait for Henry, so he left. He went down one road sniffing the bushes, then down another road, kicking up dust. He went through a field, across a stream, into some pine trees, and when he came out on the other side, he was lost. He couldn't smell Henry. He couldn't smell his front porch. He couldn't smell the street he lived on. Mudge looked around. He didn't see anything or anyone he knew. He whined a little, alone without Henry. Then he lay down alone without Henry. He missed Henry's bed. Henry thought Mudge would be with him always. He thought Mudge made everything safe. He thought Mudge would never go away. And when Mudge did go away, when Henry called and called, but Mudge didn't come, Henry's heart hurt and he cried for an hour. But when he finished crying, Henry said, "Mudge loves me. He wouldn't go, he wouldn't leave. He must be lost." So Henry walked and walked and called and looked for his dog, Mudge. He walked down one road, then down another road. The sun shone as Henry ran through a field, calling and calling. The birds flew past as he stood beside a stream, calling and calling. And tears fell again as he looked at empty pine trees for his lost dog, Mudge. He called one last time, and Mudge woke up from his lonely sleep, then came running. Every day when Henry woke up, he saw Mudge's big head, and every day when Mudge woke up, he saw Henry's small face. They ate breakfast at the same time. They ate supper at the same time. And when Henry was at school, Mudge would just lay around and waited. Mudge never went for a walk without Henry again, and Henry never worried that Mudge would leave. Because sometimes in their dreams they saw long silent roads, big wide fields, deep streams, and pine trees. In those dreams, Mudge was alone and Henry was alone. So when Mudge woke up and knew Henry was with him, he remembered the dream and stayed closer. And whenever Henry woke up, he knew Mudge was with him. He remembered the dream and looking and calling and the fear. He knew he would never lose Mudge again.
Good job. Now tell us your name and your grade and who your teacher is.
I'm Hannah. I'm in 2nd grade, and my teacher's Miss Bryant.
Thank you, Hannah. Good job.